Is all data made the same? If we had a list of 30 participants' names and heights, can we treat their names and heights mathematically the same? Find out this and more on this week's episode of Stats for People Who Hate Stats. In the previous video, we discussed how to generate a good sample. In this video, we're going to talk about the different types of data we can collect once we have our sample. But first, some terminology. Individuals are people from whom data is collected, also known as participants. Variables are characteristics of the individuals, such as names, IQ, height, weight, and other things that are unique to the individual. Data is the value of the variables collected from the individual. For instance, Shane, 130, 5'7", and 140 would be data points because they are the values of the variables we were looking at, such as name, IQ, height, and weight. A single piece of data is called a data point. All the data points together are collectively referred to as the data set. Now, don't forget these terms because we will be using them throughout this video. Let's get back to that opening scenario. If we had a list of 30 participants' names and heights, could we mathematically treat their names the same way we would treat their heights? Let me give you a follow-up question. Could we really take the average of the name column the same way we could take the average of the height column? No, of course not, because the names of the participants are naturally non-numerical, while the heights are by nature a numerical quantity. In other words, height is taken in numbers, so we can apply mathematical operations, such as taking the average or sum of this type of data. Numerical and non-numerical data have specific names. Height is known as quantitative data, meaning it is numerical in nature. It tells us how much or how many. It is a measurement or quantity of a variable. There are two subcategories of quantitative data, discrete and continuous. Discrete data are variables that have specific values, are those whose possible values can be listed, such as number of children in a family. You can't have 2.5 kids or 2 3/4 of a kid. You can only have whole numbers. Continuous data are variables which can take any value within an interval, such as height. When measuring a person's height, it is very easy to get a decimal or fraction associated with the main number. Non-numerical data is called qualitative data. Qualitative data are variables that classify the individual into categories, which is why it is sometimes called categorical data. For example, gender and grades both categorize the individuals in an experiment. However, it should be noted that words are also considered qualitative data. For example, comments on a survey are a response to an open-ended question. Qualitative data also has two subgroups, ordinal and nominal. Ordinal data are variables that have natural order. For example, first, second, and third place, or grade levels. Nominal data are variables that have no natural order, such as male and female, names, colors, etc. Now let's recap. There are two major types of data, quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative data is numerical and is a measurement. Qualitative data are labels of categories or words in a verbal or written response. Both of these data types have subcategories. The two subcategories of quantitative data are discrete and continuous data. The two subcategories of qualitative data are ordinal and nominal. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and want to keep up to date with all my postings, please hit the subscribe button below. Thanks and have a blessed day.